Since a young and now we dream of getting rich.
Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing an eyebrow tutorial. I'm going to show you how to slay thick eyebrows. I'm going to be using two methods. They're basically like the opposite of each other. So one's going to start with some concealer and one's going to start with drawing them in. Alrighty, if you want to know how to slay your eyebrows, stay tuned. Alright guys, so I'm always going to prime my face. Even if you're just going to do like your eyebrows and stuff and you're not even going to do like a full blown glam, I always prime my face. And then I go in with my Anastasia's dip brow brush. It has an angle side and has a spoolie on the other side. I believe it comes in 12 and 14. I think I have a 12. I will put it in the description box below. And then of course you're going to use your Anastasia dip brow. Try to be as detailed as possible in this video. So first, what the f? Before I was really interrupted by Oreo. First what you're going to do is you're going to brush out your eyebrows. You're going to brush up with the spoolie. And then I normally brush them across, if that makes sense. So, because my hairs are really long. And I want them all to fit inside my eyebrow. And then you're going to dip into your Anastasia dip brow. And then you're going to take the angle brush, of course. And you're going to draw the lining of the bottom of your eyebrow. And then you're going to go ahead and shape the top exactly how you want it to shape. If you want it to have the arch, if you don't want it to have the arch, etc. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and start filling them in. And normally when I do drop my eyebrows on, you always start from the middle because you don't want the harsh lines or you don't want it to be super dark towards the front, because then that's when you start having unrealistic looking eyebrows. So you see how my front is very light and the back is towards the back is more darkened. After the back is filled in, then you start to go in the front without dipping anymore into your Anastasia dip brow, and you want to fill it in a little bit, but then brush it out with a spoolie. So everything is not so harsh and you don't have those harsh lines that you drew in the beginning. So I normally spoolie the front so it's not a lot of the dip brow on it, on my spoolie, and then I go towards the back. Alrighty, then I go in with my concealer. The concealer I normally use is pretty close to my skin tone. I really don't like using super bright concealers. And then I put concealer at the top and I put it at the bottom of my eyebrow. And then I get a flat brush, probably like a medium sized flat brush. I used to use a really smaller flat brush, but I like how the bigger one works better now. And then I go ahead and take that flat brush and I trace underneath my eyebrow. What's good about using the concealer to perfect, I guess, the eyebrow is that if you did happen to make it a little bit bigger than what you wanted when you drew it in, you can use the concealer to smallen it out, shorten it out, smaller it out. If that's even a word. And then I just continue with my concealer, perfecting it out. I go over the top after I do the bottom. I always do the bottom first, and then I go over the top, and I make sure that the wing of my eyebrow is exactly how I want it. Um, it doesn't. I normally stop by kind of like where the corner of my eye is. If you take your brush and angle it up to your eyebrow, that's pretty much where I normally stop it. I try not to do it any longer than that. And of course, you always take your beauty blender, make sure that it's damp, and you want to go ahead and blend out that concealer, especially if you're not wearing foundation um, over the concealer. It has to be blended out as good as possible, or you will be walking around here looking like a fool. And then I like to go back in with my Anastasia dip brow and just like little empty spots that I may have left off, or something that was covered up by concealer that I want, back or to be filled in, then I will go ahead and fill that in. Alrighty, so I'm going back in with the same two products, my Anastasia Dip Brow and my Anastasia brush. First, I'm going to go ahead and spoolie these eyebrows. So I'm going to, of course, brush up, and then I brush across. So all my hairs are laid down together because they are really long and they're thick. Then what I'm going to do is this time, I'm going to put concealer at the bottom, and I'm going to put concealer at the top. What? She done switched it up on us? Yes, I did. And then after that, you're going to take that flat brush that I was telling you guys all about, and you're going to go ahead and shape your eyebrows the way that you want them to be shaped for when you fill them in. And I normally take the brush from where I started the concealer, or where my eyebrow um, starts at the bottom, from the other side, and I normally drag it over so they're like even, if that makes sense to you guys. Let me know if that makes sense. And then you're gonna go ahead and do the same thing at the top. You're gonna take that flat brush and you're gonna go ahead and do it in the angle that you want it, so with the arch and everything. Then you're gonna take your beauty blender and you're gonna go ahead and blend out all that concealer. You're gonna blend it out. And I know this sounds crazy that you're blending it out now because you haven't drew in your eyebrows yet, but trust me, you still could see the concealer in a sense. And you're able to know exactly where to draw in your eyebrow because it's already shaped and cleaned up. So all you have to do is just take your dip brow and just draw it in. So of course you're gonna start in the center of your eyebrow, like how you did the other one, and then where the concealer is shaping the eyebrow, you're just gonna draw the line there, all the way until the point of your eyelid, the point of your eye, and then you're gonna do the same thing with the top. You're gonna do smaller strokes at the top, and you're just gonna go ahead and shape it. Shape it how the concealer has already shaped it. Um, and then you're gonna do small strokes, and you're gonna go ahead and fill it in from the center on out, because of course that part is darker than what the front of your eyebrow should be, to give it a more realistic part. And then when you get to the center of, the front of the eyebrow, then you're gonna go ahead and do strokes up in the top of the front of the hair after you're done filling in the actual eyebrow with short streaks. Alrighty, this is my comparison. I actually like how both of them come out. I think doing the concealer first actually makes the eyebrow smaller. It's not so much thicker as the one in the first method. But let me know what you guys like. So that's the two methods that I use to do my eyebrows. This side is method 1, this side is method 2. You guys please comment down below and let me know which method you guys like better. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to my channel. See you guys next time.